Who would have thought, eh? A club that not so long ago was lost in the lower divisions of English football is now making headlines in the country's biggest newspapers. Wrexham travelled to London, beat Millwall 2-0 inside the Feared the Den, and turned what could have been just another championship match into an event that's reverberating throughout the entire sporting media. For those who don't follow closely, it may look like just another win. But playing Millwall away is one of the toughest challenges in the championship. The Den is a legendary ground, known for its intimidating atmosphere, the pressure of its fans, and the mystique that surrounds every single game played there. And it was precisely in this setting that Wrexham showed personality, control, and maturity to come away with a huge victory. This context was the spark that made the press give even more prominence to the result. Because it wasn't just about winning, it was about winning convincingly in a stadium where even Premier League giants have stumbled. The very next day, England's main sports papers were already carrying headlines about Wrexham's feat. The Guardian highlighted the tactical discipline of Phil Parkinson's side. Meanwhile, the Daily Mail pointed to the London atmosphere and how Wrexham managed to silence the Den. Sky Sports, which always follows the championship closely, described the win as a milestone in the journey of the Welsh club. And pundit Aaron McLean didn't mince words. This result is huge. It's not just about 3 points. It's about showing that Wrexham are ready to compete. And it didn't stop there. Thanks to the popularity gained after the club's purchase by Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, Wrexham has already become a global phenomenon. ESPN, in the United States, described the victory as a statement moment for the project. In Canada, Reynolds' homeland, the sports press also gave it coverage, reinforcing the narrative of a small team daring to take on giants. Even pop culture outlets joined the wave, taking advantage of the owner's charisma to connect the on-pitch result with the off-pitch impact. On Twitter, for example, the hashtag #Wrexham even trended among the most talked about sports topics worldwide on the day of the victory. If the traditional media already treated the win as historic, social networks amplified it in an extraordinary way. Videos of the goals reached millions of views within hours. Famous fans, including some from Premier League clubs, congratulated the achievement. Accounts dedicated to the championship praised the atmosphere created by the travelling Wrexham fans, who, even in small numbers, made plenty of noise in London. On top of that, the documentary series Welcome to Wrexham, which has already gained a worldwide audience, was once again a talking point, with many fans speculating how this historic game will be portrayed in the upcoming episodes. For football analysts, what happened at the Den was not just a good result. It's proof that Wrexham is no longer simply Hollywood's likeable club, but is starting to establish itself as a serious competitor in the championship. Many pointed out that, while a mid-table finish is a realistic goal, with the investments made and the media impact generated, the pressure to aim higher will only increase. After all, this is not just a newly promoted side, but a project that already moves sponsors, streaming platforms, global media, and is now starting to achieve landmark results on the pitch. Another point highlighted in the press was the last-minute signings. Issa Kabor, Ben Sheaf, and Dominic Hyam arrived to bring consistency and experience to a squad that already had talent but lacked championship know-how. The English media stressed that the board are not just dreaming, but acting to turn Wrexham into a competitive force. In other words, the victory over Millwall wasn't a flash in the pan, but the result of serious planning that has caught the pundits' attention. And now, the big question hanging in the air is, how far can this phenomenon go? Will Wrexham simply settle mid-table, or can this mix of investment, global buzz, and surprising results push the club to something even bigger? The media has already chosen its new darling of the championship. But will that affection turn into genuine respect on the pitch? And what about you? What do you think? Is Wrexham just a great marketing story, or does it truly have the potential to fight for a place among the big clubs? Leave your opinion in the comments, and don't forget, subscribe to the channel to follow everything that's happening with Wrexham and international football. Here, you'll always stay up to date with the stories the media just can't stop talking about.